Integrated Science friends, I'm going to take you through how to make this shape right here for our rocket. I call this our centering ring. So we're going to make this ring today. Buckle up. All right. Number one, we're going to work on the top plane. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a new sketch and then get to an empty spot. You're going to click on the top plane and I'm going to right click and I'm going to do new sketch. And then I'm going to hit the letter N key for normal, N. And then I'm going to hit the letter P for planes. It turns off all my planes. And then I'm going to start with a circle. So this thing, it starts with a circle. And then my drawings will tell me the dimensions of all my circles. So I'm going to start with the outer circle, which is 3.5. So I'm going to go back, start my circle. I'm going to open it, and I stop, and I type 3.5, and then enter. So there's my initial circle. There's another circle on the inside of it, just looking at the drawing. That is 1.75. So this inner circle right here is 1.75. So I'm going to make another circle. We'll go, let go, 1.75, enter. So these are my two circles. I'm going to move the dimensions out of the way, so I can click up here, this dimension tool, click, and I can just move this where it's just out of the way, and I'll turn it off. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make that rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a vertical line, so I'm going to click my line. I'm going to make it dotted, so I click here to make it dotted. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to hover over the center origin, go up to the top, click, and drag through. There's a construction line. So now I'm going to make a center point rectangle. So I click this down here. Normally we do like corner to corner rectangles, but I'm going to make a center point rectangle. So it looks like this. So I'm going to make my center point rectangle. I'm going to make the center on that line. So I'm going to draw my rectangle. And from my dimensions, I knew that it was 0.25 wide. So I'm going to type in 0.25 is my width. And then the height of that was 0.375, like this. And then there's a distance. So this distance was labeled right here, this 1.125, it's from the center of this circle to the bottom of our triangle, is 1.125. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to click my dimension tool, and I'm going to click this line, and I'm going to click the origin, and it's 1.125, 1.125, enter. There. So now what I want to do is I want to make 4 of these squares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click my circular pattern. I think what I need to do is click all 4 of my, I'm going to escape. So I'm going to click circular pattern, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I click my rectangle, and I want to make 4 of them. So you see up here it says 3. I double click this, and I make 4. Then I hit enter, and then I hit OK. So now I've got all 4 of my squares on a little drawing. Now what I do is I'm going to grab this part and I'm going to extrude it. So I just hit extrude, and it was 0.2 inches thick. So 0.2, enter. So now I have my part, and I made it to the specific dimensions. It was 0.2 thick. I made all my parts exactly the way they're supposed to be. And the last thing I want to do is share that with Mr. Hare. So I'm going to hit up here. I'm going to share with Mr. Hare. You just type it here, and it will show up.